going on, ladies and gents? This is Dorian.
And this is Miss MVP. How are you all doing today?
And welcome to another episode of the Convos in the Park podcast, season 2. For our first time. What?
What's it? Why are you laughing at me?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
For our first time listeners, we thank you for joining us. And for our day ones and everyone else in between, we greatly appreciate y'all as well. Miss MVP, how is you doing today?
I was about to call you girl. I'm doing fine. I was going to say, girl, I'm doing good, but I'm doing fine.
Good Lord. Okay.
I'm serious. I'm doing fine. How are you doing today?
I can't complain. On the back end of a 4-day weekend, so trying to get some time to relax and recover what little brain cells I may have left.
Oh, isn't that romantic? Just rub it in as you had a wonderful off day, huh?
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you. I do the same thing to you. No shame. But I want to talk to you about something.
I ain't do it.
No, I don't think you've ever done this one, which okay. I greatly appreciate that. Okay, so now if you have, that's something else. I don't know nothing about. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, actually February 2nd, and today is the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
So 18 days ago, this documentary came out called The Tinder Swindler. Ooh. And I'm always watching new things, right? It's almost borderline the same situation that happened with the TV series You, but You was actually a book. So this is just a documentary, real life stuff. Okay, so this is catfishing / non-catfishing at a whole new level. This guy, his name is Shyman, right? Not Simon. His name is Shyman, Shimon. He plays somebody named Simon. I'm sorry, he invented himself.
Almost sounds like Stone.
Yes. So,
sure Michael Jackson didn't name him?
Who?
Nothing.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. So he, and I know a lot of people have seen it. Those of you who have not, spoiler alert. And those of you who have, this is not a spoiler alert. But anyway, okay, so he swindles 1, 2, 3 women in this documentary, right? And he's done it to dozens other. He swindled these people out of not a couple hundred, not a couple thousand, like to the point to where it's 30, 40,000 of loans that are being taken out, multiple loans. And he's damn good at it. My thing is, where are their friends? Like this one chick, the first chick, it's 3 of them. Mm-hmm. This one chick hops on the plane with him. He asks her, "Do you have a passport?" She said, "Yes." She gets on the freaking plane with him within hours of meeting him in person. And I'ma say it. I don't care. That's some white folk shit. Because I ain't doing that. I'm not even going to go around a corner with you without at least 12 people knowing where I'm going. Yes, 12 people. And I told one of my friends to watch it, and she did. And she was like, "Ain't no way in hell. I would have took a picture of his license, this, that, and the third, and all this other good stuff." And nobody knew where they were. So he's taking these women out on these expensive dates and trips and whining and dining. Well, in actuality, there's another woman that's fronting this trip because he didn't swindle this person out of
the next one, yeah,
thousands of dollars.
Right.
So the way that he's doing it is, say for instance, I'm swindling you. Oh, baby, I love you. Sending audio messages. Oh, baby, I love you. I can't wait till we be together. And I want you to come where I am. No names ever being used. Destiny's Child said, say my name, when no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. Okay, they told us that at a very young age. If you cannot say my name when nobody is around you, no damn well you're not gonna use my name when somebody is around you. So that's rule breaking number one. He didn't say your name. He sent that message to everybody. Number two, he sent the same picture of him being beat up or his bodyguard being beat up to everybody. The same pictures at different points of their relationship, right? So it's like, I say, oh, baby, I got 2 flat tires. Can you send me some money, or can you wire me some money to do XYZ, or, send me your credit card and put me down as an authorized user, and then you do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I max your shit out, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to pay you, and I do. I pay you the first 2 times. So that builds up your trust that you're going to let me do it again.
Mm-hmm.
He does that to the first chick. I don't know about the credit card situation on the second chick. I can't remember because it was too funny. Anyway, not going to tell the whole story. However, he does this to the point to where these women are boohoo crying. Checks can't be cashed. Money can't be wired. But these bitches still sending him money. They sitting here with a check that they can't cash. He got a check with his name on, a fake name, sending it to them. They can't deposit it. He's saying, well, I got to go to the bank. Still trying to get money from other folks. My question is, who raised these folks?
It may not even be an issue of them being raised properly.
Shit.
It may play a part. But it's obvious that he was picking the right targets, the right simps.
I don't give a shit how much money you got. If you got enough money, you tell them you got to stop your credit cards. You want me to send you a credit card. Why in the fuck you just won't use cash? You go into all these European countries, you should have all dominations of cash, right?
Right. But again, he picked the right simps. He knew how to play the game, and he got over it. Now, again, I don't think it has anything to do on raising. I think it has more to do on playing on the heartstrings of quote unquote love. He's going on this app, picking targets that he assumes, or they assume that, they're looking for someone that's going to be love. So they so happen upon a rich individual on Tinder, which to me is a red flag first and foremost.
Listen, I'm a hopeless romantic, okay? I love romance. I love all the mushy shit, but I ain't stupid, okay? I'm not a simp. I'm not a dodo, okay? This one chick said on, I don't remember, what was it? It had to be TikTok. She was like, yeah, I might be fat. She said, but I'm not giving you my paycheck fat. I'm not put a car in my name fat. I was like, hell no. But I just don't understand how these women will allow themselves to feel like just because this guy has a private jet, or because he is, am I distracting you with my glasses? Just no. Because they have just because they have all these different so to speak amenities in their life that they have to fold. Okay, yes, you let him borrow $10,000 and he gave you $24,000 back. Okay, then use that profit to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold this private just because he asked for something else, and I'll just have this for him. But I'm not gonna allow him to borrow nothing else. it's only a handful of people, and I say handful, and I mean 5 people who I will allow to borrow money that I know that's going to give it back. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I will let them borrow it because I know that they mean well. They're going to do it, and I'm not pressed to get the money back. You know what I'm saying? But I do expect the money back within 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that, but I'm just saying, why are you allowing this man to suck you dry? This one chick was like, this is my money for my apartment. You don't have a roof over your head, but you're about to allow this man to borrow some money just because? No, it's already
crazy things when it comes to their idea of love. And that is what he is targeting.
This part, okay, so the second chick and the guy, Simon, they went out on a date, and she was like, this is not going to work as far as like a love thing. So she was like, we'll just remain friends. And she was like, I don't need a man to take care of me. And so he already kind of, I guess, saw her as not being able to be swindled. And he kind of eased off of her, but they still remained friends. And so he used that as his way of getting money from her. No, I'm sorry. But that third chick, after she saw the news articles, she was smart. She was on her shit. She started kind of not getting necessarily suspicious to where he was on her, but she told him, he was like, he doesn't have any money or something like that. She was like, I can't get it. But she's like, I can sell some of your clothes for you, because he had like all these designer labels because he had women fronting his lifestyle. So she got all his clothes and she started selling this shit on eBay. And she was getting some of her money back, which is the smarter thing to do. And he kept threatening me, you will be sorry for this and blah, 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 because, you know, he met somebody that, you know, could beat him at his own game, which was hilarious. I gave her props for that. And in the middle of one of the recordings, she actually got another sale, which was hilarious. But it's like, over a course of years, and I don't have the exact dates, and I apologize if that is troubling some people, but you can find it on Netflix. They'll give you all the dates, but I don't have the specific dates of the timeline. But he did end up going to jail.
Yeah.
Did not have to pay a dime back. Did not. And he is with some type of model. I'm not quite sure what she models, but she's a model. I'm not 100% sure if they're from the same country or what, but how can you allow yourself to be with somebody after you know that he has done this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because someone will have the idea that, okay, maybe this person will change. You know, they done went through this rough ordeal. You know, they may not do it again. A lot of people fall on those things. And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, it's the Christian way to do things. But, you know, some people have that kind of sympathy. The modern person is going to say, okay, I'm going to stay away from that person because they've done this in the past. Who's to say that they're not going to do it again or even use me in the process to start it up again?
That person is me. That is me. It's only going to be so many times that I'm going to allow you to do something that's going to affect me in a negative way. And I'll be like, you know what? You good. Next. Yeah. But it's like, I got receipts, okay? There's one guy, you know, I don't do Instagram, right? So I don't know how long this message been sitting in the DM. So he sent me a message, right? And we started chatting. And then I noticed that messages started becoming like he was deleting them. Like, okay, so I started screenshotting it, right? And so he asked for my email address. No problem. So I gave him screenbitechoke. So screenbitechoke@gmail.com. And so he sent me a message. We started chatting on Google Meet, Hangout, some shit like that. I don't remember.
Hangouts, yeah.
we just started chatting. He was like, "Oh, my day is going fine, blah, 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 blah." And then he was like, "I got some issues going on at work, so I'll chat with you later." So a couple of hours went by. He finally sent him another message, and I'm like, "Okay." So I was sitting in carpool line, and I was like, "Okay, boom." So I read the message, and he was like, "How's your day going?" And I was like, "It's going good." He was like, "My day not so much, but it's okay. You can't. It's nothing that involves you, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I was like, "Anything you need me to help you with?" Because by this time I'm nosy because I'm on to him. Why the fuck you delete messages? Shit is hilarious. And so he was like, "Nothing. I gotta send some money to I gotta send some money back home to Australia." Black guy, right?
An Aussie, okay.
Yeah, black guy. He gotta send some money back home to Australia. His bank, his home bank is in Scotland because that's where he's from, supposedly. Funny shit ever. I can't make this up. Again, got receipts. And so he said, I was like, "Okay, cool." I was like, "Just, wire transfer, there's a bunch of international places, boom." And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Don't worry about it. They want me to send it through Zelle or some shit like." No, he said Zelle is not working on to send it to the bank. I was like, "So from your home bank to the bank, you got to send it to Zelle. It's not working." He was like, "No, Zelle's not working." I'm like, "That's kind of odd. Why the fuck would you be sending something to handle some business through Zelle?" I didn't say shit. Hilarious. And again, it was around this time that the Swindler came out, right? So my flags are up anyway. My flag's gonna be up anyway, regardless. But hilarious. So I was like, "Okay." He was like, I said, "Ooh, I'm finna fuck with him." I said, "Would you like for me to see if I could do it on my end?" He's like, "No. I wouldn't want to put you out." I was like, "Okay, no problem." And I just say shit else about it. Right? And so the next day he was like, "I'm still having trouble." He was like, "Could you please do me that favor to see if, it'll work for you?" And I was like, sure. And so I was like, "You know what? I can't even download nothing on my phone because all my apps on my phone I can't delete anything." He was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "I thought you were gonna help me," and blah 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 blah. Oh no! Why are you so angry? You know what I'm saying? But I digress. I say this to say the Zelle scam is a real scam.
Yeah.
And that Zelle is not gonna give you your money back. I was reading something where Bank of America customers were fighting Zelle because they like you pretty much use their app and agreeing to if anything happens, Zelle is not liable.
Yeah.
I was like, "Ain't that some bullshit?"
I mean, if you really think about it, it's the same scam, just ran in different ways. Because if you really think about it, that goes back to when email really started popping, I won't say popping, but when it got more commonly used. And of course, you always had the email scams of, "Oh, I'm a Nigerian prince and I can't get access to my money. Can you send something, through this bank account?" And yeah. So you got that, and even to go back even further than that, like, I know for me, I fell for one of the I fell for one of the scams in the back of the source, where they say, "Oh, you send this certain amount of money, we'll send you this kit for the do mailing, and you make so much money if you send all that mailing stuff." And I fell for it back in the day.
Oh, you didn't tell me that one. We will discuss after we do this. I'm making a note. I want to hear more.
But, like I said, you're going to have people that are going to fall for what they think is easy money, or you got people that are, I won't say stupid, but more so naive to certain things, or you got people that prey on the feelings of others or the sympathy of others in order to get, what they want.
Yeah, that's like I don't know if it got very far, but I know that we did get 2 phone calls when my dad was living to they spoofed the number the white guy named Justin. He was like, Granddad, I need you to come down to bail me out, blah, 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 blah. But they said they'll let me out if you can pay over the phone because I know it's late. And I'm like, first off, we don't even have a Justin in our family.
Mm-hmm.
Run your scam on somebody else. Click. Like, come on. They try so hard when it's just simple. Just go get a fucking job. And I get it. Some people, it's just hard for them to just stay focused. I get it. But you sitting out here literally stealing money from people. I've had my Target account hacked twice. I do not have a card saved onto my account. I use my card. I use my card, my Target card, and then I disable my Target card. So it can be used. And so I looked on my Target one day, just, in the middle of the night shopping. Sleep shopping is what I call it. And I see where somebody had looked at some AirPods maybe and something else and some baby clothes. First off, I don't even do Bluetooth, nothing. Well, headset. And I ain't got no baby I'm shopping for. So I went and made sure that my card was just... Yeah, it's something I didn't know about. And I saw some things and I went ahead and made sure my card was disabled. And I actually reported it because they actually put their address in like some fucking dummies. So I looked it up. And it's an old Asian couple that lived there, supposedly. So I turned the shit in. I did, ain't gonna lie. And so, but anyway, it's amazing how when Neve, the dude from Catfish, he told his story about getting catfish, how this quote unquote love story has become so broad to now they are expanding into online dating, which you remember, and I'm sorry for the young people if I gotta go way back in the day, but you remember when online dating used to be a fucking cassette that you had to go and record and send it in? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. It's like, it was just so that you pick the tape that you want and you look at it, you respond, whatever, and that's how it was. But now all of that is condensed into a smartphone. And it's like, these people are so brilliant at what they would do. If they would just put that shit into legitimate businesses, then ain't no telling what they could do. But that shit is real.
Yeah, I mean, you got people that have potential like that, but again, they find it easier to go the scamming route because they get a whole lot more money and they get it quicker.
Yeah, tax-free.
Tax-free and don't have to report. And that's the major reason why a lot of them will stick to it because, again, it's not being tracked by the IRS. So they got instant money and it's going straight to their pockets. They don't have to pay taxes on it or give back taxes, period.
It's amazing. It really is. It's like, I don't know what to expect when it comes to these documentaries because they're so intriguing, but it's also like you're giving the next dodo the formula and the handbook to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like right after that came out, along the same time, it was another one that came out like the same week. It was called Inventing Anna, right? And I do, you know that I watch a lot of different shows for research for my books, right? So most of the time I'm like, oh my God, okay, yeah, cool. That's interesting. I wonder if I could use this premise on something else, turn it around and put my own twist to it. Okay, so Inventing Anna is similar to this, except for Anna took it up a notch. And by the way, this is, I want to say it was produced or created by, but yeah, so Shonda Land production company. Shonda is behind, the Scandal, Grey's Anatomy,
Hollywood Murder,
all of that. Okay, so her production company is behind inventing Anna, right? So Anna, she, like I said, she took it up a whole notch, a whole nother level where she was like, fuck your heart, I'm going after your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, I am going to love you from afar and check out your pockets. You know what I'm saying? So Shonda Rhimes did it again. There's a lot of old faces in the show, but a lot of people are saying that something went wrong and in the show. I can't speak on something that went wrong because I have not watched it all the way through. I want to be able to sit down and watch because it's only 9 episodes. So I want that to be like a free weekend for me where I sit down and watch it. So I can't speak too much on it, but I do know that she swindled the businesses and the socialites of New York. And you know how hard it is to get into those parties and the social life in New York. I mean, it's basically impossible if you didn't come from old money. You can't necessarily penetrate it because it's just that hard to get into it. And so, like, nobody knows where she came from. Nobody. She just showed up. She has money, but they don't know where she got money from. She has these businesses, but nobody know where these businesses are. They don't know if she's Russian. They don't know if she's American. It's just like she invented herself. So I have not watched it all the way through, but it's exciting because you don't know. The first episode, spoiler alert, first few minutes, it starts off by her immediately going to jail. So it's like, ooh, what's she do? You know what I'm saying? So if you hadn't read the synopsis or anything like that, you are very intrigued like I was, and I pressed pause and I came out of it because I'm like, I need to sit down with no interruptions so I can watch this. Yes. But also with this scam shit, doing research, you know that our federal government and our taxes had started. I don't know the exact date that it has started, but they started a task force for romance scams. It's called FBI Romance Scams, Internet Crime Compliance Center. IC3.gov is the actual website. IC3.gov for romance internet scams. So if you and I were involved and I let you borrow X amount of money, I can report you. This is where I take the going to people. If you weren't who you said you were, I can report you. Internet Crime Compliance Center, IC3.gov. It's real.
I get it, but that should have been a lot of people because, boy, them early 90s, and, you know, we was talking about the videotapes for quote-unquote online dating, but we had them chat groups.
Oh, wow.
We had them chat groups, and all you said was ASL.
Yes, age, sex, and location.
Yep.
Oh my God, ASL. Yes. Wow. Damn. Going back to the party line.
I didn't do the party line, but yeah, I'll admit, when I was in college and I didn't have nothing much else to do. Yeah, I was in a chat group somewhere, and usually if I ended up seeing somebody that talked what I liked, then it's to message them directly, ASL.
Wow. But would that be a romance crime? Because pretty much people were honest to a point when it came to those.
Yeah, but you still had some early catfishes. Like I said, I felt
I think it was more pedophile. I think it was more pedophile than catfish.
Hmm?
I think it was more pedophile back then, more pedophilia
I
than
guess.
catfish.
I guess, but yeah, I got catfish once. It was
In a chat group.
yeah, it was on chat. Huh?
In a chat group.
In a chat group, yeah, but come to find out the person I was talking to was local.
Wow.
So,
They lied about their location?
No, they ain't lied about their location. They lied about how they looked.
Oh, gotcha.
So when me and my cousin, you probably know who, we rolled out there. We rolled out there to see what was up. Got out there and I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry that didn't work out well for you, sir.
It is what it is. Like I said, it's a learning lesson, and again, it was back then. It was literally the wild, wild west of the internet. Like you didn't know, a lot of stuff happened. You didn't know what you were going to run into because it was so new.
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to. I wrote that down because I need that story too. I do. I need that story. I wrote that down right under the Source Mag story. I sure did. I wrote it down because I'm gonna need that. Good. But it's like if you don't know, don't. And because of this, I downloaded several dating websites. Right. Like I have just because I hadn't played around or tricked anybody or anything like that, but I downloaded them because I wanted to see like what are some of the tools that they're using to help some of these people, right? And so one of them, and I'm not gonna give it a name, because there ain't no sponsorship going on. They literally have on there when you sign up. It's like every page that you touch, it says beware scams. If you do not know these people and they're saying that they work as engineers in a certain country and they want you to send them money because they hadn't got their check yet, don't do it. If you have not known this person before you sign up to this and you know that they're not going to pay you back or know that they will pay you back or know how to get in touch with them, outside of this, don't let them borrow money. And it's so sad that we have to
put those kind of disclaimers up there. Yeah.
Yes. We have to let younger people and older people know that just because you may feel like everybody in the world wants to do good, however, everybody in the world is not going to do good. No. You know what I'm saying? Humanity is slowly dying with the internet.
Yep.
So if your money or anything that you deal with is not FDI insured, don't use it. And pull your money from big bank and use credit unions. So that's all I got.
Oh boy. Well, no, I mean it's crazy to where where the world is coming to in regards to that because like I said, when I was younger, dealing with the internet, wasn't all these disclaimers out there. It was, again, you went kind of off of people's trust. And again, you got people that are out to scam. You got people that are out there to be completely dishonest and, get over on people. Mm-hmm. But, you at the end of the day, you still can't let that change who you are. Yes, you can be more defensive. Yes, you can kind of keep your eye open, but I mean, don't let it turn you into this cynical, hateful, despiteful person because, you've constantly ran into people that tried to get over on you. It's just maybe just need to change the circle and change the people that you're dealing with.
Yes, indeed. And totally off the subject. If you guys have not read Will Smith's book yet called Will, fucking put it on your list. Oh my goodness. I have not finished it yet, but that is a must read. I put his book up there with Muhammad Ali's book called Ali. And ironically, he played Muhammad Ali, but now that I think about it, but it has nothing to do with that. That book is Will Smith being open and vulnerable. And he's always come off to be so confident and so loving. In this book, I listened to one of his interviews on Questlove Supreme, and I love that podcast. I haven't really uploaded anything in a minute, but on YouTube anyway. But I love that podcast, and it's so open, and it just feels like it's definitely a no judgment zone, and I love that. But I was listening to the podcast, and he didn't have to do this, but everybody who he mentioned in the book, he brought them together, and he sat them down. And he said he read every word in that book before anything went to a publisher, before anything got printed, before anything got signed off on, because he made the final decision. He said they made choices on what to leave, what to put, what to adjust, what to add. If someone declined on coming, he either went with it or scratched it, just depending on. But he did not have to do that. If I write a book and I put Dorian ass in, I'm not getting Dorian's opinion. I'm not. I might tell you, hey, look, don't read that part of the book. Keep going. But I'm not going to do that. But that lets you know what
I've had that done before.
What?
Oh, someone wrote me in a book.
Oh, okay. But it's like, he's like I don't want to call him a child or a little boy, but it's like his brain. I'll have to come back to that on another adjective on how to describe that part, but he makes you he doesn't make you feel bad for being selfish and loving yourself. He put in a part of his conversation on the podcast, he said, your self-esteem or your business is the only thing that matters, the only thing that you have to worry about. And the fact that this man who has an uncalculated amount of success,
right,
from rapping to being the first hip hop group to receive an award, to just unmeasurable success, is concerned about what if I put this in the book and this person wasn't ready to say this yet? How would this affect them? How would this affect our relationship? You see what I'm saying? So he said that, and it makes me feel good by him saying this. He said, your success does not determine where your friend's success is. He said, your success should not determine your loyalty to your friends.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, that's a spoonful. Because when you are successful, you can either leave your friends and they can come on, but you're still loyal to them. It's just not their turn or their path. You know what I'm saying? And when he said that he will turn around and send them help for whatever they need. But he said his loyalty is still to his friends, but his success and, his path is his path. And I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing. But that's off the subject. But if you don't have it or haven't read it yet, please do read. It's called Will, just Will. And he talks a lot about how he opened up. Him and his mom used to pretty much walk around this pink elephant in the room because they didn't discuss how abusive his father was to his mom. And they knew it, but they never did talk about it.
Yeah.
And he talked about it on his podcast. I'm sorry, on the Questlove Supreme podcast with Will Smith. And it was beautiful. And it's only so many interviews that I will actually go back and listen to time after time and be okay with it. And that is definitely one of them that I will go back to and listen to again after I listen to it again and again.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I've been meaning to actually read that book, but yeah, just haven't gotten to it yet. But yeah, as much as you're talking about, I definitely need to add that to the list ASAP.
You mean to your Audible that you don't never use, and I keep asking you, let me have it, and you're like, nah, I'll keep these credits to myself. You mean that one?
I do use my Audible. I was actually talking about hard copy. I'm trying to get back into, like you say, smelling the paper and all that, and having it in your hand.
It's like that ink on paper. It's like euphoria almost.
Oh boy. But no, yeah, I am trying to get back into, having a book in my hand and reading. So yeah, that will probably be the next one that I pick up.
Look, I went and picked up this book, and I'm going to walk over here and get it. I was at the library with my kids, and I was in, the kids section, and I saw a book that intrigued me, right? And I just picked it up. And yes, it is a children's book. And I was like, I'm going to read that one. And I saw another one. Just by the name of it, just picked it up. I'm going to read that one. Saw another one. I'm going to read that one too. Then I saw the audio book. So I put that one back. I was like, okay, that's enough kids' book for my grown self. I grabbed the audio book, right? So I have 2 children's books. Again, not knowing who the author is, because, I like to be surprised sometimes. Not knowing who this person is for nothing. It's actually a Black man. His name is Christopher Paul Curtis, and the Mr. Chicky's Funny Money, right? That's one of them. And the other one is The Mighty Miss Malone, same guy, Christopher Paul Curtis. And I picked up the other one's called Bud Not Buddy, right? And actually I picked up 4. Bud Not Buddy, that's the one we got on audiobooks. And then the Watsons Visit Birmingham, that's why I picked that one up, because it said Birmingham. And I'm like, okay, cool. Then I saw it was on audiobooks and I put it back. Surprised the hell out of me. I started listening to the book with my kids, you judgmental twits. With my kids. Like that. She listening to a children's book, she can't read. But I started listening to it, and I'm like, I know this voice for somewhere. I know this voice. So I kept listening, and I think it was like the 3rd chapter. I was like, let me read this case again, because I missed something. So I'm looking, and it's 4 discs, by the way. It's a long-ass book. I think we're on chapter 13. But anyway, I look. James Avery is the narrator, right? And I'm like, that's where I know the damn voice from. And so I picked up the other case, and I'm like, I can't wait to hear this book. Motherfucking LeVar Burton is the narrator. We can't get through this one fast enough so I can listen to this one. I'm like, shit. And yes, I'm a fucking geek over books. I don't care. What y'all say about me. But yeah, I'm very excited. And we picked up Mockingjay too, because he wanna get into Hunger Games. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I got 2 children's books, and I'm gonna read it. This one, The Mighty Miss Malone, is a spinoff to Bud Not Buddy. It introduces a character, Daisy Malone, is a chick. That's who he got his first kiss from. So yeah, I'm interested in that one. But yeah, people don't be out there getting swindled.
Yes, do not go out there and get swindled. Please make sure you're using all common sense and don't just get wrapped in to love because, even though some people may not say it, but hobosexuals are a scam too. I'll just go ahead and say it.
Who? Hobos?
Hobosexuals.
That's a new one, and I kind of know what that is, like having sex with hobos.
No, not actual hobos, but men or women that will have sex just so they can
have a house.
Yes.
Freeloaders.
Yeah, new term is hobosexuals.
I'm gonna have to use that one a little bit more often. Hobosexuals. Yeah. I'm gonna use that one more often. That's a great way of putting up with it. And that goes, and I think that
goes right along. No, I was saying that, that homosexuals, they go right along with the and again, we're on tax season again, but those people, that want to claim kids out the blue.
Not even that. Hell, and I'm gonna say it because 9 times out of 10 it's not the women. The men that won't, hey baby, let me just get $1,000 or $500 for your tape. No.
Let me flip that, and I'll give you back double.
You want to see their ass the next time. Luckily, I've never experienced that. I know a couple people who it's just talking to my friends and saying that some people have gotten theirs back yet.
Mm-hmm.
I dread it. I got a stack of fucking papers I need to either do or take to the guy who does our taxes, and it's so exhausting.
Yes, it can be. Yeah, I was gonna go and do mine this year, but I think I may have messed up something. And when I saw that I had owed, it wasn't a whole lot that I owed, but I still owed. I was like, okay, maybe I just need to go ahead and let a professional do this.
We'll talk off camera. But yeah, I hope that people use their better judgment. And that was another thing that Will Smith said. We've been so programmed and to talk to think with our head instead of our heart. But if you start thinking with your heart instead of your head, things will go better for you. I'm wired differently. I got to think with both of them. Because every time I think with my heart by itself, I get something wrong. Whether it's in relationship or whatnot. But I have a conscience, and my conscience drinks coffee all day long. My conscience gets on my nerves. And I'm like, damn, why I just can't do it? It's so hard to do the right thing. It's so hard.
Yeah, but like you said, it becomes a thing to where we're just programmed that way. Because, similar to you, when it comes to relationships, depending how deep I am with that individual, I go from thinking with my heart and, my mind to just thinking with my heart.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I would say when both people are not thinking with their hearts, that's where we run into the issues of the people that think wholly with their hearts, where they get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's come to a point to where, yeah, I don't even try to think with my heart right now, like at all. I try to think things out with my mind, and yeah, it may cause me to overthink some things here and there, but yeah, I haven't been that close to anyone yet to where I would open back up and think with my heart wholly. Because again, this is because of the road that I've been down and the damage I've not only done to myself but to others.
That's a healing step, and I commend you for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this wine glass. I haven't had wine in... When last time we had wine? December?
Yeah.
That was the last time I had a glass of wine.
What? Wow.
I got self-control. When I say I ain't gonna do something, do I do it or do I not do it?
You don't do it, I admit.
Shit. It's like my other challenge is not going down until my birthday. It's just like when I went celibate for 2 years. Oh, I ain't fucking none of y'all touching nobody. I'm single. Don't bother me. My friend was like, bitch, your Gucci gonna fall off. Oh. Yes.
Yeah, that would be a tough one for me. I'm sorry.
I needed to hear it.
If I absolutely had no other choice, or, well, I won't say I had no other choice, but yeah, I'm definitely not going to pay for it. So that's out the window.
He's not going to outright pay for it, but he'd pay. That other step is a crime. Oh, I ain't going to say that out loud. I ain't going to tell nobody.
Oh, Lord. But yeah, I can't take that back. There has been, I won't say it's been 2 years, but yeah, there's been a period where it was like a year.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of clarity.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. But like I said, just me knowing me and knowing how I like sex, that would just be difficult for me nowadays. Well, it'll be difficult for me. I'll just leave it at that.
We'll have to have a topic of celibacy. Is it a choice or something that you're condemning yourself to do?
Yeah.
Is it purgatory or is it self-healing?
For some, it'll be purgatory. For some, it'll be self-healing.
It was definitely healing for me. Definitely. And I'll do it again, I say. I ain't shit. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Yes. And all that good stuff. Dorian, you have a closing ceremony for it.
Yes, I do. Follow us on all the socials. We are available on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat. You can hit us up on any of those social media platforms, leave us a comment, or you can listen to us on YouTube and leave comments, or last option, you can go to conversinthepark.com and hit us up at parkbench@conversinthepark.com directly.
Yes. Or that other email address I told y'all about like 2-3 weeks. That's where you'll get a funny email back from moi. But anyway, I do appreciate everybody who listens, follows, share, and subscribe. I thank you all. And happy post-Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And happy post-Super Bowl. And happy, what's the next game? All-Star game. Happy post-All-Star game.
Pro Bowl.
That's not a real holiday. And laissez-le bon temps rouler.
What?
Laissez-le bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll. It's Mardi Gras season, boo. Where you at? Oh, you ain't here. You want me to sing you some more pies?
No, I don't want any more pies. I gone out of moon pies a long time ago.
You want me to sing you some Mardi Gras necklaces?
I'll take some.
Or what else you want me to sing? You want me to sing you some Girl Scout cookies? How about some crawfish? You want me to sing some crawfish?
No crawfish.
Oh, he sucks. Okay, well, now.
Until the next time, everyone, have you had that convo yet? Why not?
Hey.
We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.